Okay, recall that I listed these rules in the first video that I made on proofs, and you should, those are in chapter 15, of course, but it's a good idea just to write them down so that you have them on one page as you're doing these proofs. Okay, next, I'm going to do a few proofs from the second practice set. Okay, so I'll do this one first, exercise 1.4 in the practice problems. Okay, so I begin by listing the premises, and what we want to get is this conclusion here, D and A. So I'll tell you right now, we're going to need to use conjunction elimination and conditional elimination. So first we'll do conjunction elimination on line 1. Okay, now that we have C on a line by itself, we can do arrow elim with lines 2 and 3. Recall for arrow elim, or that is conditional elimination, we need one line that has an arrow in it, one line that's conditional, and then we also need the antecedent. When we have those two things, we have the conditional and the antecedent on different lines, we can on a new line put the consequent. So that's going to be D. Okay, we want D and A. Okay, so I need to do and elim again on line 1. Okay, so now that I have D and A, each on a line, I can put them together with and introduction. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, so for this one, we have this one long premise, and then our conclusion is R or S. Oops. Okay, so the first thing we can do, really the only thing that we can do is and elimination. So I'm going to do that twice and get both not Q and also if not Q, then P and R on individual lines. Okay, so again, I have one line that contains an arrow. So this line 3 here is a conditional. If not Q, then P and R. And then on another line, I have the antecedent. So that means I can put the consequent on a line by itself. Okay, let's see. So ultimately, we want R or S. So right now, I know that if I put R on a line by itself, which I can do using and elim, then I can get R or S by doing disjunction introduction. So I'm going to do those two steps. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, here I have 3 premises, and my conclusion is C. Okay, so what can I do with what I have on these 3 lines? Okay, well, we know in order to do conditional elimination, I would need the antecedent of what I have here on line 2, but I don't have a not B on a line by itself, so I can't do anything with line 2 right now. On line 1, I have this disjunction, and I also have the negation of one of the disjuncts, that is the negation of 1/2 of this sentence. So I know that I can do wedge elim on lines 1 and 3. So that's going to give me not B. Okay, now that I have not B on a line by itself, I can do conditional elimination with line 2. So I do that. Put the consequent on a line by itself. Let's see, that's lines 2 and 4. Oops. Okay, and I'm done. I got my conclusion, which is C. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. You should try doing these problems yourself, and of course the other practice problems and the regular homework assignments.